All right, guys. I'm recording this just in case. I've had a really tough time of figuring out what I need to do. Um, the reason why I have this trade up, Gray is my favorite offensive lineman on the team, but I'm not going to be able to sign him. I don't have the money. So these two are up for contract. He is on a Levine is on a franchise tag, which means I'm going to have to extend him. I don't have the money for either one. So what I like to do is, and you guys have seen this in the past, is what I typically do is I try to at least move them during the season. Now, with that being said, I need to replace that position to keep my depth. I could actually just let them both go. The problem is my offensive line wouldn't be as deep. So both Johnson, let me see where his contract is. Johnson and he's got 2 years left. And Knighton has 5 years left on a really good deal, by the way, $18 million a year. So if I can get them both, I have Johnson for at least this year and next year as my center, or he can be a backup because I have the first round pick from this year. I think a first round pick was it. I don't know what he was. He's pretty highly rated, the guy that I got out of the draft. So I could have him as a starter, or the guy that I have now just to groom and develop, which I think I'll keep Johnson because I think Johnson's only a year older and he's like 6-7 points higher. But we'll see if I get this trade. So I would be replacing the two positions and not having to re-sign them. So they would be here through next year and through at least this year and next year. Then I can re-sign Johnson if I want to. If not, I've got Knighton, who's a 25-year-old right tackle. I can keep him for the next 5 years, this year and the next 4 years after that. So that's the big thing on this trade for me. So like I said, I won't be able to keep them. I'm getting value back. I would get a first round pick, and Chance Smallwood's actually a young, big receiver. He's like 6'2", like 225 or something like that. So I'm also losing 2 to 3 receivers this year. So which would only put me at like 2 receivers coming into next year. So I would at least be getting a receiver back. I'm going to try to sign Hewitt. I'd like to go on Hewitt, number 83. So if I can get Hewitt, Smallwood, put him with Peck and Parnell, I can maybe draft a receiver next year to fill that gap in, which is plenty of receivers in the draft. And then the offensive line, I wouldn't have to touch for a very long. I wouldn't have to touch for a while. I really would not have to touch. I might have to sign a guy here and there for the next couple of years, but my offensive line would be set. So my plan is to do this trade if I can get it. Now, the first round pick, I don't even need to be blunt. I don't even need it. If I can just get those 3 players, I'm fine. And get rid of the cap space and give me some cap space later on. Because I'm going to have to sign my quarterback if I want to. I'll have to sign him. If not, I'll have to draft one. Which I'm going to have to probably end up signing him. And then I have to sign Hewitt. I'd like to sign Dixon, my corner. I won't be able to sign Holiday, 25, the running back. I'd like to sign him. I don't know if I will. I've got to sign my punter. So I've got so many people I need to sign. And I can only basically sign like 2 people. I think I have like 10, 11 guys I got to sign. I can only sign like 2 people because I've got like 11 million in cap space. But this right here would at least alleviate the pressure of me losing 2 linemen and getting nothing back for them, and at least getting some good value, I think, back. So let's see if this trade works. And, let's submit another pick just to see how close we are with a pick in there. If I can get maybe a second round pick, that'd be good. Don't know if I'll get it. I don't even know if I'll get it with the first round pick there, but let's just try it. Trade is accepted. Okay, good. So I got beautiful. So there's the trade. Green Bay gets 2 premier top tier offensive linemen, and I get 2 very good offensive line. One I think is premier. I think Knighton's a premier offensive lineman. Like I said, I'll show you Smallwood in a minute. He's gonna be an integral part of my team. And then I've got the 2 picks. So yeah, I can fill that other roster spot with a pick or whatever. And I got some options to pick up as well. So let me show you my God, he's an 85 on my team. I think it's because he's a fit. But I gotta cut a player, which is fine. Let's do the cut. I don't think I'm going to cut anybody. I think I'm going to put them on the practice squad, which might be my quarterback. T Smallwood, 6'1", 214. Sorry. So Kramer's going to be gone, and probably Jones. I'd like to trade Jones. The problem is with his cap and my cap situation, I don't think I'll be able to move him, so I might just keep him this season. I was going to go all in and have my number one receiver, but he's not now because of that. In fact, I'm going to go back to Peck. Peck's now going to be coming back to my number one receiver. I know he's only an 80, but the guy fucking catches everything. I'm going to leave Parnell as a number 2, and I'm going to put him in the slot. I just think it works out as Peck is better with the number one receiver. I've got 2 premier tight ends. I know he's only 74, but he's going to be spectacular. Walsh, Johnston, these guys are all first-round picks. George is there. Johnston can play guard. Johnson and Jordan, two good young centers. I'm good there. Borden, Bass, Boone just got drafted this season, is only 22. So I'm doing okay on offensive line. Spicer can play guard. I'm fine. I'm fine. Thurman, Love. I don't need much on defense. My defense is fairly set. My linebackers no one is up for contract. Dixon's the only one up for contract, but I'm going to re-sign him. Short, I'm losing. I'm losing Short, which I'll have to draft a safety. So, which is fine. Klein's going to be coming and be a nice backup. We'll have another safety through the draft. And we're doing pretty good. We got 2 first-round picks and 3 seconds, plus all the other picks next season. So we're going to be able to fill in some spaces, at least with the first 6 picks. We'll be able to fill in some good spaces there. So I think I did a decent job there. I did not want to get rid of those 2 players. Levine's one of my favorite players I've ever drafted. Let's do the cut thing again. I don't think I'm going to cut anyone. Okay, so what if I release Kramer? Just outright release him. I can't sign him anyway. Huh. Just outright release him. He's 28. He's only a 76. Yeah. And I keep the other depth with the other guy. See you later. Yeah, sorry, man. All right, so we have Smallwood takes his spot. Next season is going to be my receivers next year are going to be Parnell, Peck, Hewitt, and Smallwood. So that way I would only have to decide 1, maybe 2 guys. Probably just 1. I just only keep a certain amount. Offensive line, I'm good on offensive line for a while. None of those guys have to be re-signed right now that are on my team. Marshall stays. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Marshall's not the better player, but I needed to keep him. All right, guys. Yeah, here's another trade. I'm going to offer this. I don't think that I'll get it, especially with the first-round pick there. I might just get it straight up because they're both the same thing. He's got 2 years left on his deal. He's done after this year, so I get him. I'm getting a player a couple years younger who I can push his contract off because I can accept his option. So I get him this year and next year. Same ranked player. He'll probably end up being better at this point, at that point in his career. I'm throwing this in. I don't think I'll get it, but let's see what happens. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I'm not even sure if they'll take this. Oh, they did. Good. Woof. Okay, good. I didn't want to get rid of Short, but hey, I've got to move some of these guys. I'm not going to be able to sign. I'm holding off. I am holding off on keeping Dixon. I really like him, but again, we'll see what happens.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Lions and the reigning Super Bowl champs, and it comes your way next on Madden Football. Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, or should I say Dean Olson, because tight end U doesn't happen without you. And we've got a great matchup here. We've got 2 of the best at your position in the current game right now.
And Mike, when I came into the league, almost 20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs, compete for Super Bowls, have a legitimate number one threat at the tight end position? It almost feels like if you don't have a tight end, your offense is missing a key piece. I know I'm biased, but at tight end, we make no mistake about it. We think we are the most important position in football, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time, leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end, and the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games and they can win different style games. You're not going to blow people out consistently in the NFL. The league is just too good and has too much parity. But the teams that are the best in one-score games, they're often the ones finding themselves in the best position come playoff time.
That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. With that, I want to give you a look here at the receiving numbers for him from the game a week ago. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here's a first carry for their running back, and nothing doing on that run. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. We have an early third down coming up. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And he's going to be brought down behind the line. This defense fired up to start the game. It'll bring up 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
So it's 4th down, hunting time. Ethan Evans to do the honor. A fair catch taken here, and it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
One thing that was pretty evident when we had a chance to talk to him, Mike, is this guy, he just wasn't satisfied with his individual performance. They came away with the win, and that was great. But one area that seems to continue to hold him back is that he's predetermining where he goes with the ball. Not only did it lead to the 2 interceptions, but it leads to some missed opportunities as the play unfolds. He could have had more touchdown output if he would have just gotten off that first read and found the open man. He got away with it last week. He doesn't want to make a habit of trying to get away with it every week. He needs to clean that up, especially if he wants to come away with a win here today.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now, faking the give. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Back to throw. Quick throw, taken in. Good gainer there. They'll get him out of bounds, up past the 35-yard line. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. He'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he will score! Touchdown, Miami! And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. Using the tight end to get to the end zone, Greg, I position. You're very familiar with that. That catch and carry. What an ability for your tight end to take it to the house.
Yeah, and this was never really the strength of my game, Mike, but we're seeing so many tight ends around the league who not only are great at securing the catch and making the tough ones, but it's their ability to extend the play after the catch that's separating them, just like we saw here.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready now for their second drive. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. He'll find his rookie wideout from Notre Dame. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Catch made right side. It's Johnson. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Sending a receiver right. Quick throw here is complete. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll look to throw again. Throwing over the middle. This one is complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way. Every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Dan Campbell will opt to bring out the field goal unit. Officially an even 50-yard attempt. His kick will split the uprights. It's good. And the Lions are on the board. It's 7-3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Tight end motioning left. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. Punt team headed out for the Dolphins. Now fair catch is made and it's just inside. The 15-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. They trail by 4. Touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and There was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
On a blitz, overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
And this ball incomplete on third down. Here's Ethan Evans now as he's standing right around his own goal line. This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Dolphins offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. A throw on the move is caught. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot. He'll look to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. Here's 2nd and 6. A handoff here, up the middle, and he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Dolphins with the early lead. And we're back to South Florida after this. Third down, 3 to go. Let's go. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 3. This one caught at the 4. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. They'll throw out of the gun to the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Branch.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Lions offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. His drive will start on the ground, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll get this out to the left flat. And this one's going to be a loss of yardage. He's marked out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
He's going to look for the home run ball.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23.
All right, guys, real quick. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'm going back to Peck as the #1 receiver, and Keegan as the number 2 with Parnell in the slot. So, or Parnell's actually the technical 2.
Gotta
and
get
then
it
Parnell
to
in
the
the slot,
30.
but it's going to be
Here
Parnell and
comes
Peck are the
3rd
2
down.
receivers. I may have to move off of Jones as far as the trade, but I don't know
Rush
if I
comes.
can.
They're setting up the screen.
Just because he doesn't want to
And he's gonna
resign,
be
and
out
I
of
can't sign him
bounds with
anyway.
a gain of 7.
But I'm not going to sit there and
That'll
give it
be
to
enough
someone
for a first
that's not
down.
going to be here. But, yeah, I think the offensive were a little better. Peck catches everything. I love that guy.
From out of the gun, he'll throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
From the gun, here's a handoff.
It's funny, man. You know, these
He'll
players
pop
that
his head for about
some of these
4,
players that
but
I
it will set up
developed and
3rd
actually
down.
ended up really started liking, I can't keep. Like Holiday 25, I can't keep him either. So it's just kind of like frustrated. I'm going to keep these guys, but you can't. Hey, you got to keep some of your stars, you
One
know.
of the tight ends in motion right. Now, faking the
But I
give.
think that trade that I did
And that is
with the offensive lineman
incomplete.
will be
The
really
whole
helpful.
idea of the play-action pass, Mike,
Because that
is
right
that you can
tackle's making
slow
like
the
almost
pass rush
half what
down
Levine was
enough
making in these.
that it allows
Only
longer,
a couple points
slower
lower.
developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing, and he led in an incompletion.
The Lions offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, Nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Back to throw. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up fourth down. Here's their punter now, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Dolphins offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. Back to throw here to begin the drive. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They bring the tight end in motion. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Brian Branch. And he's going to be taken down, but it's a quick change situation. He has set his offense up with 1st and goal.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, if you have a rough first game of your season, your whole season will be rough with interceptions. That's what's happened to me.
Flip around and become
That's what's happened to me. Now, the first one, I anticipate him doing something different. That was, but I throw anticipatory throws. I don't throw throws where, like I'm looking there and I'm like, oh shit, there's a linebacker. Let me still throw it. I throw throws where it's kind of like a timing pattern where I'm expecting them to create separation and all that. And if you throw like multiple picks in the first game, I'm telling you, just fucking turn the game off and start it again. Because this is what I'm dealing with, so many interceptions right now.
Give your team a chance to come away with this drive.
Yeah, they're just going to my routes and they're running where they end. It's just that's what they're doing. They're running right where the routes end, and I'm doing the fake handoff. I'm throwing it to a guy that's got separation on his guy, and then there's a dude standing right there where the fucking ends, and it's just annoying.
And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away.
That's why I'm throwing the picks. I'm throwing them because they're timing throws, and they're throws these are plays I can trust. I've been running them for years. But now this year, just because I'm telling you that first game was rough, the whole fucking season is going to be rough.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense and their running back set to go once more. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Along the sideline, a nice catch. The feet in. It's a short game, but it'll move the chains. A first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. He's got it! And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Dolphins. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Well, Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Lions offense about ready to take over once more. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll look to set up the screen here. Finding space at the 40. And he's going to be taken down. They'll look to throw. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a 2nd down. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. Quick throw here is complete. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
These are the play calls.
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So that is what you want. I know sometimes it takes time, but they do get it right, and this call will stand. We try to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have it just past their 25.
Those simple routes over the middle, Mike. Well, to the quarterback, they're not always so simple. I'll tell you why. There's a lot of bodies in the middle of the field. There's a lot of traffic. Those windows are hard to navigate the ball through safely. So what happens? Well, you saw it there. It's a prime area for throws to be intercepted.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Now they'll set up to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 35-yard line. Throwing now on 1st and 10. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Quick throw, taken in. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. He is in. Touchdown, Miami. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. So we hit halftime here in South Florida, and both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more. as this second half gets underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
Mike, think back to our conversation during the break. We've kind of both asked ourselves, are they content with this double-digit lead? Do they come out and play conservative here in the second half? Well, it took exactly one play to get our answer.
Thrown left side, the catch is made, and they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now a give up the middle, and they'll take this down inside the 35.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense.
And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with
fucking again, I'm throwing anticipatory throws. He's covering one guy, then all of a sudden stops and runs right to where the route ends, right through the ball.
To take some risks.
I mean, it's just, you're expecting separation and stuff like that. It just doesn't happen. It just does. It's not happening. And I'm telling you, it's because I threw that fucking to the 2 picks in the first game, and it fucked my season. I'm telling you. They're just going right to where the routes are. He should have been covering Parnell, and he stops. Right when I'm throwing the ball, he stops and stands where the route ends. I mean, literally, like, this. You can see where I hit the button, because you see where he's covering? Up here, sorry. Let me show you. So he's covering Parnell. He's covering Parnell. He's covering Parnell. The minute I throw, you'll see the minute that I fucking hit the button is where he stops and runs where the route ends. He's covering. That's where I hit the button. And let me just stand where the route ends. It's annoying. It's annoying.
Time lead. Now the opposing sideline. They're looking to fight back. They're looking to cut that lead down. That's what that coverage seemed. It looked like they baited that quarterback to force that errant throw and lead to that turnover. Now it's their offense coming back on the field with a chance to cut this deficit.
Catch made, right side. It's Johnson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Now a run on first down. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. They'll stick with him again. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. It gets them down to the 6. Here's a run. And he's going the wrong way. Dropped back at the 7.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
They'll go with him again. And he churns out some of the hard yards in this area of the field, working it to the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway. The Lions going to turn things over to the field goal unit. This, about as short as you can get. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Lions will cut into that lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And the turnovers have really been the story here. Take you back through the lowlights in this one. Not a lot of positives when you have a 3-interception game under pressure all game long. The secondary feasting on his passes. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. Up the middle they go. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a 1st down. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. His throw left side is complete. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Putting the tight end in motion. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down. Going for it all. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete. Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away. And this one. Inside the 20-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it. At this point in the game, Mike, we just haven't seen a lot of fire out of this offense. Here's another run, simple handoff, no gain.
Will turn and hand this one off. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. Trying to set up the screen, but it is not there. He just had to spike it. It's incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down. This returnable from inside his own 40. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Fires left sideline. That is complete. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
So far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
He'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted.
Yeah, this is fucking ridiculous. They're running right where my routes end. They're running right, and the ball's going right to the defender.
When you find
this is
yourself
ridiculous.
in this situation, Mike, you're on
It's
defense.
going right to
you're
them.
defending your own goal line. You got to take...
I mean, look at this. He throws the ball again. Another pass where he throws the ball. It's so obvious because it just looks like it's underthrown. It's going right to the defender. Again, he goes down like he's going to cover somebody. He doesn't. And then I throw the ball. He's fucking backpedaling. Hold on. He's fucking backpedaling, covering the fastest receiver in this game, by the way. The fastest receiver. This would be like this guy just backpedaling and adjusting and then covering Tyreek Hill while he's sprinting across the field. Look at this. He's just backpedaling. No, we're good. And then he stands there. Oh, no, this is this guy. Sorry. This fucking asshole. I thought it was that guy. But look at this. Oh, no, they're hitting me in my routes. That's right. Yeah, because that's what the AI can do. The AI can just hit you in your route. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll get this out to his running back. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports.
I think I threw 10 total interceptions last season, like 10 total. I've probably thrown 8 already in the first, 3 games. It's just amazing. I'm telling you, man. I know you guys think I'm paranoid when I say it, but I'm telling you, if you have a rough first game with your quarterback and you don't want to have a rough season, just fucking turn the game off and start it again. Play the first
so after the
play that first game all over again.
2nd and 14.
That's what I should have done. The whole time I'm sitting there thinking I should turn this game off and play it again. Because literally every time since I've ever been playing Madden, since I've ever played Madden, if I start off rough, if I have a kind of a weird game or a rough game, the first game of the season, my season is fucking cooked the entire season.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
And a nice run. Get them about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Looking middle of the field. It's complete. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. To the right side here. Pass is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Dolphins. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Now, for the point after. It's up and good. And the Dolphins will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense ready to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. This one complete to Jordan. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So from the 39. On 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Play clock nearly expires as they set up to throw. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. He'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll look to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the first down. A pickup of 8. They'll look to throw again. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield. After the
Beavers made some plays today, man.
It is 2nd and 13. They'll look to throw yet again. That's over the middle, taken in by Laporta.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs. This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
Quick throw, out wide, it's caught.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Back to the air one more time. And he gets run out of bounds. A short pickup, but it's good enough for a first down. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Here's a toss, right side, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it is 3rd down. The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he's in. Sam Laporta. Touchdown, Detroit. Extra point attempt to come here. He knocks it through. And the Lions are able to cut into the deficit. Even with 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning, they're going to try an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
If they don't come up with this, the game is over. But now, anything can happen. You've got plenty of time, down 3. The first job, make sure you at least get the ball in field goal range to force overtime. But if the opportunity presents, try to win this thing in regulation.
2nd and a yard. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. Open man is Johnson. He's got him. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Quick throw here is complete. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. 2nd and 6 coming up. Receiver in motion, going right. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. He's going to keep it himself. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll drop to throw. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll take it with just over 90 seconds left on the clock. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He puts it up, and it's caught. Touchdown, Lions. The kicking team off for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions have cut the deficit to 5. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Slot receiver, headed right. Here comes the jet sweep. And that didn't fool anyone. They'll chase him down behind the line of scrimmage. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4. And it leads to 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Lions offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here. They'll begin it with 1st and 10. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. Here we go. One final play. And he's brought down, but they are out of timeouts. So a win here for the Dolphins. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.